Hello friends, welcome back to ELS English Literature Studies with Gaur Harpreet. Today I will discuss about Henry Fielding under the title Four Wheels of the Novel. This is part 4. In part 1 we have talked about Samuel Richardson, part 2 is about Smollett, part 3 is about Lawrence Stern, and part 4 is about Henry Fielding. Link will be given in the description box and you can check those videos also. Today I will talk about Henry Fielding, who is very important in English literature as he shared his political views in the form of satirical articles, and he also discussed his views in newspapers in late 1730s and early 1740s. During this period he performed as the main writer and editor for the Champion. This is a name of a satirical paper, and this paper was heavily criticized. This paper criticized Walpole's government and their political writers also. So let us discuss about Henry Fielding, whose time period is 1707 to 1754. An English novelist and dramatist known for his humor and style, one of the founders of the English novel. Actually, it is Sir Walter Scott who called him as the father of English novel, because it is Henry Fielding who gave to the English novel its definite form and proper shape. Actually, it is Henry Fielding who formulated the theory of novel writing. He also made innumerable contributions to the development of plot construction and the art of characterization. Joseph Andrews was his first published full-length novel, and Tom Jones' meticulously constructed comic novel. It has all elements of picaresque novel also. When we talk about his early life, Henry's father Edmund Fielding had served under John Churchill with much bravery and reputation. John Churchill was a duke of 18th century. His mother was a daughter of Sir Henry Gold, a judge of the Queen's Bench, from whom she inherited property where the family moved when Fielding was only 3 years old. His mother died just after his 11th birthday, and his father married again. And Fielding was sent to Eton College, where he laid, we can say, in this college he laid the foundations of his love of literature and his knowledge of the classics. In Eton College he studied classical authors and was now ready to tackle the literary world. Henry Fielding's Joseph Andrews. It was published anonymously in 1742. In 1740, when Samuel Richardson, his rival, published his famous work Pamela, which was a big hit, and at that time Fielding found this work Pamela objectionable, and he wrote a parody of it, which he named as An Apology for the Life of Mrs. Shamela Andrews, and that was published in 1741. And this work began as a parody of Pamela, but parodic intention soon became secondary, and the novel develops into a masterpiece of, we can say, masterpiece of sustained irony and social criticism. And then Henry Fielding followed this parody with another parody, Joseph Andrews, which was published in 1742. It was again published anonymously, and then we have the history of the life of Mr. Jonathan Wild the Great, 1743. Despite his productivity, he ensured significant personal loss in these years. First, his father passed away in 1741, then in 1742 his daughter, and in 1744 his wife died. uh, uh, Henry Fielding called this work as a comic epic poem in prose. The comic epic poem in prose is, we can say, a work of prose fiction which has elements of comedy, epic, and romance. It is lengthy and has a variety of incidents like an epic. And if we talk about the format of the plot is both epic and romance. And Henry Fielding termed it Joseph Andrews. Fielding termed Joseph Andrews as a comic epic poem in prose. In the preface, unlike a heroic epic, Joseph Andrews is an ordinary boy. He is the footman of Lady Bobby. She has fallen in love with him, but as Joseph is virtuous and chaste, so at last he is dismissed from his job. Next work is about Tom Jones, the most popular of his works. Like its predecessor Joseph Andrews, it is constructed around a romance plot. The characters fall into several distinct groups: romantic, villainous, and humorous characters, or low comic characters, we can say. The reading of the work is essential. The reading of this work is essential. Why it is essential? To understand the 18th century. Through this work, actually Fielding gives us an opportunity to have a look at the picture of England in the mid 18th century. So this is a must to read to understand the 18th century. And this work also reveals the generosity and charity of Fielding's own character. It expresses about his own views regarding humanity. If we talk about the main theme of the novel, the main theme of the novel is the contrast. The contrast lies between Tom Jones' good nature, fraud, but it gets corrected by his love for a virtuous Sophia Western, and his half brother Billfield's hypocrisy. Tom Jones is a picaresque novel, which means a long string of adventures in which the hero is sent on travels for the sake of adventures. In such novel, the hero passes through different scenes and meets different sorts of persons. And in this novel, in the end, his true identity is revealed and he wins Sophia's hand, but numerous obstacles have to be overcome before he achieves this. His next work is Amelia, which was published in 1751. It was less popular than Tom Jones and Joseph Andrews. It was a sentimental novel. It was the fourth and final novel by Henry Fielding. Being a study of the relationship between a man and his wife, this novel anticipates the Victorian domestic novel. This work is a celebration of womanly virtues in the character of Amelia. It represents the evils of the society in which Fielding lived. Although the novel deals with marriage and life after marriage, it also gives us three histories. Three histories are discussed in this novel. First history is about Miss Matthews, then second is about Mrs. Bennet, and third is about Mrs. Atkinson. Fielding's rival Samuel Richardson, criticized this novel by saying that this novel is as dead as if it had been published 40 years ago. And Sir Walter Scott argued that Amelia was a continuation of Tom Jones. But in recent years, critics re-examined this novel and they find out other we can say other aspects of the novel which were ignored earlier. And these critics claimed this novel as a novel which elevates the domestic plot and connect it with public issues of degenerating society and nation. Henry Fielding was the first one to approach the genre with a fully worked out theory of the novel. With the help of his works, he had presented real contemporary society that dominated English fiction until the end of the 19th century. And after that, his health deteriorated. He traveled by sea with his wife and daughter in 1754, but never returned to England as he passed away that year. So friends, this is all about Henry Fielding. I hope you will like it, and if you like the content, please hit the like button, share and subscribe my channel, and if you are new to my channel, please hit the bell button so that you can get notifications for my upcoming videos. Thanks a lot for watching.